Dear friends, welcome back one and all in our YouTube channel. Dear friends, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar said that pen is mightier than the sword. So why it is said that? Because the writing skills are going to play a very significant role. So dear friends, whenever we want to improve our writing abilities, then the study of the tenses is very important. So that's why dear friends, in this today's session, we are going to study about the videos of the tenses. So dear friends, let's learn, enjoy and do more and more practice about it. So let's comments. Dear friends, in this today's presentation, we are going to study about exactly what it means by tenses, how the tenses are used, the structural part of our tenses, and as usual, I have given one kind of activity to you. Dear friends, tenses are nothing but it's a one kind of study of what is happening at present, what has happened, and what is going to happen. For example, I am playing table tennis now. I was playing table tennis the whole evening. I will be playing table tennis next Sunday. Dear friends, from the given three different examples, here we can say that it is the study of the time. It studies present, past, and future. Dear friends, if you want to become an expert in the tenses, then here you should know the more and more forms of the verbs. These forms are Phi1, Phi2 and Phi3. In simple words, verb means actions. Dear friends, here we want to take a note that we want to study the tenses from the two different point of views. So, we can study the tenses from the semantic point of view and it will be connected with the meaning of it. Tenses can be studied from the syntactic point of view, so it is related with the structure. Dear friends, before doing the study of the tenses, here we should know the various subjects in English. There are three main subjects like first person subject, second person subject, and third person subject. First person singular I and plural we. Second person singular you and plural you. Third person singular he, she, it and plural they. So, the detailed study of this chart is significant to us. Dear friends, here we should also know what kind of helping verbs we want to use in front of the various subjects. Helping verbs are helping to the main verb in the given sentence. There are three types of helping verbs in English. First of all, we will study the to be helping verbs. We can use am is are in present tense, was were in past tense, and shall be and will be in future tense. We have also to have helping verbs in English. We can use have, has in present, had in past, shall have and will have in future. Lastly, we have also to do helping verbs do, does in present, did in past, shall do and will do in future. Dear friends, now we will move towards the major part of our presentation. We will now study the uses of tenses one by 1. We will study the uses of simple present tense. Simple present tense is used to show our habits and routines. It is also used to show day to day facts. It is also used to show day to day facts. For example, Kathy works as teacher. It is useful to show universal truth. For example, sun rises in the east. We also found newspaper headlines in simple present tense. For example, PM signs deal. Simple present tense is also used in the sports commentary. For example, MS Dhoni strikes the ball in IPL 2024. It is also useful to show the future plan and permanent situations. For example, CM leaves for Kerala next week. Dear friends, now we will study the uses of present continuous tense. It is used if any one of the actions happening now. For example, it is raining outside. It also shows temporary activities like Arun is playing guitar. It is useful if any one of the changes happening now. For example, English lessons on YouTube are becoming popular these days. It is useful to show future plan like I am going to New York tomorrow. Whenever we are also speaking a sentence in English, then it is also used. For example, I am studying tense now. Dear friends, now we will study the present perfect. Present perfect is useful to show our experience. For example, I have taught English to many students. It is useful to show recent actions or events. For example, I have finished my homework. It shows action happened now. For example, he has come to Delhi recently. Dear friends, present perfect continuous is useful to show the actions that started in the past and are still continuing. For example, I have been waiting to see the doctor since 5 p.m. So, these were all the uses of present tense. Dear friends, now we will study the uses of simple past. It is useful to show completed actions in the past. For example, Karan gave us present. It is also useful in the sentence construction like it's time or it's high time plus subject plus V2. For example, it's time you studied. With addition of it, it's time plus 2 plus V1. For example, it's time to do work. Dear friends, now we will study the uses of past continuous. It is useful to show unfinished ongoing action in the past plus finished action. For example, I was having dinner with my family when the doorbell rang. If anything happened in the past, then past continuous used. For example, I was waiting for you. Dear friends, here we also want to take a note that we can use the where whenever we want to show a one kind of imaginary sentence with subject. For example, I wish I were a bird. Past perfect is used to show the first past action. For example, when we go to the theater, the movie has started. Dear friends, past perfect continuous is useful to show the first continuous past action. For example, I felt really tired because I had been driving all day. It is also useful to show action that started in the past, continue, and an end. For example, I had been waiting for you since morning. Dear friends, now we will study the uses of simple future tense. Simple future tense is useful to show our plans, intentions, and arrangements. Here we can use going to. For example, we are going to buy a car. Here we can use will in the simple future tense to show instant decisions, offers, and promises. For example, the phone is ringing, I will get it. Here, will and going to are useful for making predictions. For example, I think Spain will win the 2024 World Cup. Dear friends, now we will study the uses of future continuous. This tense is useful to show ongoing actions in the future. For example, at 11 a.m. tomorrow, I will be driving to Marine Drive. It is also useful whenever we want to show fixed or routine events. For example, I am going to stay at the Hilton Hotel in Portland. Dear friends, here we want to take a note that in future continuous tense we can use preposition plus P1 plus ing. For example, we must keep away from smoking. Dear friends, future perfect is useful to show completed actions in the future. For example, by August 2024, Rocky will have saved 1 lakh. Another example, you will have finished your syllabus by this time next year. Dear friends, now I am sure that the detailed study of these uses of the tenses can be useful to improve your writing as well as speaking abilities. Dear friends, now we will study the syntactic part of the tenses. It is related with the structural part of it. Dear friends, make a minute observation of these various charts which are provided to you, and these are related with the structural part of the various tenses. Here you want to identify various subjects, helping verbs, various forms of the verbs, and used objects in the given sentences. Dear friends, here I have purposefully used the example of the table tennis in all types of tenses. To become a competent in English tenses, do these activities. Activity number first, make a list of verbs. Activity number second, write 5 examples of each tense and understand its uses and structure. Dear friends, in short, we have studied in this today's session. Tenses are nothing but it is a study of the time. Time is always changing. It is moving in the present, past, and the future. So, dear friends, at the same time, we have studied about how to use the various tenses. So, it was related with the semantic part of it. It was related with the meaning. Then later on, we have studied about the structural part of it. So, we can call to the structural part as a syntactic part. So, dear friends, I am sure that the study about the tenses is going to be very useful to you to improve your writing abilities. So, dear friends, if you are new here in our YouTube channel, so don't forget to subscribe, share, and like.